Welcome to Yoga, You and Judy. I am Judy, and today it's all about balancing our body. There's no props needed. All we need is a sense of balance, which hopefully we will develop together throughout this class. And with that said, let's get started. Let's start today's class standing. Your feet hip-width distance apart and strongly rooted to the floor. Feel all of the edges of your feet pressing into the ground, the crown of your head pulling up, and try to get a sense of your center of gravity by just shifting your body slightly to the left, to the right, forward and back. And just keep doing this gentle balancing exercise. And do close your eyes so that you can truly feel your balance and your center of gravity. Balance is a situation in which different elements are equal or in the correct proportion. So today is all about achieving balance of the body and of the mind. Having a good physical balance helps in preventing falls, injury, and it simply makes your daily activities easier to perform. Maintaining balance is a very complex task that requires coordination from your muscles, your tendons, your bones, eyes, ears, and brain, and breath is a tool that can help us with our balance, but also balancing poses that help us become aware of our breath and enhancing our focus and deepen our connection to ourselves. So today it's all about balancing postures, and we're going to come into a peak pose of half moon. And balancing, the great thing about balancing is it requires strength of muscles, stability of joints, but also on the mental side, trust in oneself as we play with our sense of balance and counterbalance. So today's intention is my body and mind is in balance. So start finding a strong rooting again in the ground. Both feet pressing firmly into the floor. And then let's just lift the right leg to the side and start drawing circles of 8. So let's do 3 circles of 8 in each direction. Change direction. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, lifting the left leg and starting to draw circles of 8 on the left side. Change direction. And you should feel how that starts pushing your limits on your upper thigh muscles. And then as we are standing, just bring your feet hip-width distance apart again. And then let's bring our right knee and right elbow together on our side 3 times. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, lifting left leg, elbow down, and just touching left elbow and knee. And then we're breathing our arms up. Exhale as we fold forward from the hips. Inhale into halfway lift with a straight back. And as you exhale, plant your hands, step the right leg back, left leg back, and then come onto your knees in a tabletop position where we're just going to start warming up our spine a bit with some cat-cow stretches. So on an inhale, we arch our back and we look up. And as we exhale, we push the floor away, round our back, bringing the chin to the chest. And just go through this motion a few times with your own breath. So arching your back, looking up as you breathe in, and pushing the floor away, rounding your back, chin to chest as you exhale. And then let's do one more on each side. Inhale, drop your back. Exhale, push the floor away. And then we're going to bring again our knee and elbow together, but this time from a tabletop position. So reach forward your right hand and your right arm and just find your stability, pulling your belly button towards your spine. And then stretch out the left leg behind you. And then reaching your hand forward, your foot backward on an inhale. Exhale, pull your knee to your elbow. Inhale, stretch it out. Pulling knee to elbow on an exhale. And one more. Stretch everything out on an inhale. And pull it back together on an exhale. And release, coming back into a tabletop position. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left arm reaches forward. Belly button pulling to the spine. Find your balance as your right leg reaches behind you. And then on an inhale, lengthen everything. And on an exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale as you stretch it out. Knee to elbow on an exhale. And once more, inhale as you stretch it out. And on an exhale, bring once more your knee to your elbow. And then release, coming back into a neutral tabletop. Push into your hands and come up into a downward facing dog. So with this being our first downward facing dog, let's first find our alignment. So push into your hands, not just the palms of your hands or the base of your hand, but literally fingers, palm, everything is pushing into the floor as if you want to push yourself away from it. Your tailbone is pointing up. Belly button is pulling towards the spine. As you push your upper back towards your thighs, your shoulders are slightly rolled out and pushed away from the ears, and the heels of your feet are reaching downwards to create this nice stretch in the back of your legs. And to get comfortable in this downward facing dog, let's just walk our feet a bit. So bending one knee, bending the other knee, and just walk it out a bit to loosen up and start stretching the backs of your legs. And then let's roll to the edges of our feet, twisting from side to side for a little bit to also create a nice initial stretch on the sides of our legs. And then once you feel that you've warmed up in your downward facing dog, let's just find some stillness. On an inhale, we breathe our right leg up into a three-legged dog. And then stepping the right foot forward in between the hands on an exhale to a low lunge, bringing the back knee down. And just keep your belly button pulling towards your spine so that your pelvis stays tucked in this low lunge. And let's just take one full breath here. And then let's twist to the right, opening our arms, left arm pulling forward, right arm pulling back. Taking one full breath here. And then let's turn back to center, hands on the floor, and push yourself back, straightening the front knee, coming into a half split. And your hands are now pulling back towards the back of your mat. And just hold it here in this hovering position, keeping a straight spine as you slowly fold over your right leg. And let's take one full breath here. And then bend into your front knee, frame the front foot with both of your hands and push back into downward facing dog. Let's just take one breath here. And then on our next inhale, we breathe the left leg up and then step the left foot forward in between our hands, coming into a low lunge with the back knee lowering to the floor. And again, keep your pelvis tucked by pulling your belly button towards your spine, and take one full breath here. On our next exhale, we open our arms to the left. So the right arm pulling forward this time, left arm pulling back in a slight balancing position, taking one full breath here. And then on an exhale, push yourself back, straighten the front knee, coming into a half split position. And again, your hands are pulling back diagonally. Your spine is straight as you slowly fold over your left leg. Taking one full breath here. And then let's bend into the front knee, frame the front foot with your hands and push back into downward facing dog. And let's try another little balancing pose here. So bring your right hand slightly more into the center, and then your left hand reaches for the outside of your right ankle as you come into a balanced downward facing dog, looking underneath your right armpit. Take one breath here. And bring your left hand back down. This time the left hand is placed slightly more towards the center, and your right hand is reaching to the outside of your left ankle, and you look underneath your left armpit as you come to a balanced downward facing dog on the left hand side. And release. Step the right leg forward, followed by the left leg. Inhale into a halfway lift with a straight back. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale up as you hinge from your hips. Exhale, bringing your arms down next to your body. Inhale, bringing your arms up, sinking into a chair pose, bringing your weight into your heels. And then in your chair, come onto your toes and hold that balanced chair position for one full breath. On your next exhale, stay on your toes, but draw your arms back down diagonally. Inhale them back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale up, and once more stay on your toes, draw your arms back, and inhale them back up, release, and bring your arms by the sides of your body. Let's inhale our arms up again, and crossing our right ankle over your left knee, keeping the right foot flexed, coming into a figure of four. Taking a full breath here, and then slowly sink into your hips towards the floor on an exhale, coming into a balanced figure of four. Taking a full breath here. And then bringing your arms back behind you, slightly bending your upper body forward. Let's take another full breath here. And then let's inhale the arms back up. And as we do that, we lift the right knee with us in front of us. And then we slowly step it back, coming into a high lunge. Find your alignment here, so you want your belly button pulling towards your spine so that your pelvis is slightly tucked. Your thighs are pulling together and the back leg is strong and stretched. And then let's twist to the left, opening the arms as you exhale. Taking one full breath here in this balanced high lunge. Inhale your arms back up. And then exhale as you step the right leg forward, having your arms by your side. And let's take one full breath here before we take this whole sequence to the other side. So let's inhale the arms up, crossing our left ankle over the right knee, keeping the left foot flexed, coming into a figure of four and holding that for a full breath. And on our next exhale, we slowly sink the hips towards the floor and taking one full breath in this balanced position. Then we exhale our arms back diagonally, keeping them close to your body. Inhale them back up, and as you do so, you lift your left knee up in front of you, and then very slowly step it back, coming into a high lunge, where again, let's find our alignment. Belly button pulling towards the spine, keeping the pelvis tucked, and the thighs are pulling together, back leg strong and straight. And on our next exhale, we twist to the right, opening our arms, taking one full breath in this balanced high lunge. Inhale the arms back up, and on an exhale, step your left leg forward, arms down by your side. Let's take one full breath here in this standing pose. And on our next inhale, bringing the arms up. Exhale, hinging forward from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift with a straight back. And on an exhale, we place the hands on the mat. Step both legs back into a plank pose. Let's find our alignment here first. So all the hand pushing firmly into the floor, including your fingers. Your shoulders are stacked over your wrists. Your belly button is pulling towards your spine. Your knees are straight, and you've got one straight line from your head to your heels. On your next exhale, lower your knees, lean forward as you arch your back, bending your elbows close to your body, lowering your chin towards the floor. On an inhale, you open the chest forward, curling up into cobra, belly stays on the mat. And on an exhale, you push back into downward facing dog. Inhale forward into plank. Now let's lower down onto the elbows, coming into a forearm plank, and just hold that for a full breath. And then let's turn towards our right, aligning our forearm to point to the left, coming into a supported side plank, and take one full breath here. And then let's challenge our balance a little bit and bring up the upper leg and just lift it as high as you can, holding this for one breath. And then coming back into our forearm plank and exhaling into a Sphinx pose, opening the chest forward, shoulders over your elbows, and your chest is pulling towards the front. Your shoulders are pushing away from your ears. On an exhale, look over your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale as you look over your left shoulder. And back to center. Let's turn towards the left, aligning your left forearm to point to the right, and let's take one full breath in this supported side plank on the left. And then let's lift the upper leg as high as you can and hold it there for another breath. And then back into your forearm plank and push back into child's pose. Let your forehead sink to the floor, and let's just take 3 full breaths here, allowing our breath to calm down. And then on our next exhale, let's push ourselves back into downward facing dog. Step the right leg forward, left leg forward. Inhale, halfway lift with a straight back. Exhale as you fold forward. And inhaling, hinging from your hips, coming all the way up to standing, bringing your arms to the sides of your body. Inhale your arms out into a cactus shape. And then let's cross the right leg over the left leg, wrapping it all the way around if possible, and then sinking your hips low, coming into a eagle pose. And we'll also support that with our arms, so bringing the right arm below the left, wrapping your arms around each other so that your palms touch or the backs of your hands touch, and coming into a full eagle pose. And let's just take 1 full breath here. On your next inhale, release, bringing the arms back out to cactus, feet firmly planted on the floor, and bringing the arms down by your side. Let's once again inhale our arms out into a cactus shape. And then we cross the left leg over the right leg, wrapping it all the way around if possible, and sinking your hips as low as you can. And then the left arm goes below the right arm, wrapping your lower arms around each other so that the palms or the backs of your hand touch, coming into a full eagle pose, where we'll take another full breath. And on an inhale, release everything, bringing your arms back to the side of your body, feet firmly planted on the floor. And let's just do some shoulder circles to loosen everything up again. So circling the right shoulder back, left back, right back, left. And just twist your upper body a bit. And just loosen it all up as we continue with our balancing sequence. Plant your left foot firmly into the floor, and then lift your right knee up in front of you as high as you can. Hold it here for a full breath. On the next exhale, let's bring the right knee out to the right side. Take another full breath here. Inhaling it back to the front. Grabbing your right big toe with your index and middle finger. And on your next exhale, slowly stretch your leg forward, or just hold it there in a balanced position. And whichever way you choose, take 1 full breath here. Bring it back in front of you and exhale as you extend your right leg behind you, coming into warrior 3 position. Keep your gaze fixed on the floor. Bring your hands in prayer in front of heart center or on your hips, whatever is the best way for you to find your balance. And then let's place both hands on the floor. Placing the left hand in front of the left foot, bringing the right arm up as you twist your body open to the right, keeping core and buttocks engaged. The back leg is parallel to the floor as you come into your half moon pose, with your chest opening to the side. And just imagine all of your back body is leaning into a wall behind you, So you want to keep one straight line in your back body. Let's turn back to center and slowly step the right leg back, coming into a high lunge. And we'll take one full breath here. And then we step the left leg back, coming into downward facing dog. On an exhale, lower the knees, lean forward, arch your back, bend your elbows. And on an inhale, we open the chest forward, coming up into cobra. And on an exhale, we push ourselves back into a downward facing dog. And from here, just walk your hands back towards your feet, and then very slowly rolling up all of your body vertebrae by vertebrae until you are in a standing position, feet firmly planted in the floor, hands out by your side. And we're going to do our little balancing sequence on the left side. So plant your right foot firmly into the ground as you lift your left knee up in front of you as high as you can, and you hold it there for one full breath cycle. On an exhale, let's bring the knee out to the left, and again hold it there for one full breath. Inhaling back to the front, grabbing your left big toe with your left index and middle finger, and either hold it there and just keep the balance here, or on an exhale, slowly stretch out the left leg in front of you and hold that balance for one full breath. Bend your knee and slowly extend your left leg behind you as you exhale, coming into a warrior 3 position. Gaze firmly fixed on the floor, hands either in prayer or on your hips, whatever you find easier. And then let's place both hands on the floor with the right hand in front of the right foot. Slowly bringing the left arm up, twisting the body open to the left, keeping core and buttocks engaged. Back leg stays parallel to the floor as we come into our half moon shape on the left, with the chest opening to the left. And again, imagine that body you are leaning into with all of your back body. Let's turn back to center and slowly step the left leg back, coming into a high lunge. Taking one full breath here. Remember to keep your belly button pulling towards your spine to keep your pelvis tucked. And on an exhale, frame your front foot with both hands. Step the left leg forward. Come onto your toes, bring your arms out in front of you and sink your hips down, lowering all the way down to the floor into a seated position with your lower legs lifted parallel to the floor, coming into your boat pose. Your arms are by your side, lifted with the palms of your hands facing up. And let's just hold this for a full breath cycle. And then in your boat pose, start slowly rolling from side to side. It's not that easy to keep your balance here, so just do it slowly in line with your own breath. And then once you've done that a few times each side, come to stillness again. And then sit yourself up, bringing the soles of your feet together in front of you, coming into a butterfly pose, and allow your head to just hang heavy over your feet and feel how your neck and your back, how everything is just relaxing here. And then on your next inhale, bring your upper body back up, feet still connected. Hold your feet with your hands and find a seated balance, holding your connected feet in your hands, and just hover here for a moment. And then let's bring that into a straddle position, still hovering and holding our balance. So hold on to the outside of your feet and bring your feet apart into a straddle position, coming into a straddle legs balance. And again, let's just hold that there for a moment. And then release the soles of your feet back on the floor. Roll back until all of your upper body is on the floor, soles of your feet close to your buttocks so that you can just about reach your heels with your fingers. And then we're crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Keep that right foot flexed. Reaching the right hand through in between your thighs, interlacing your fingers over your left shin. And then let's pull the left leg into the chest as the right knee pushes away from the body. Feeling a nice stretch on the right hip. And let's take a few deep breaths in this reclined pigeon pose. And then bringing both feet back on the floor, coming into the reclined pigeon on the left, so crossing the left ankle over the right knee, left foot flexed, left hand reaches through in between the thighs, interlacing your fingers on your right shin as you pull the right leg into your chest and the left knee pushes away from you, stretching out your left hip. And let's take a few deep breaths here. And then bring the soles of your feet back on the floor, arms out in a T shape. On an exhale, allow your knees to fall over to the right. Try and keep both shoulders firmly on the floor and just enjoy this nice twist of your spine as you take some deep breaths here. On your next inhale, bringing your knees back up and exhaling them over to the left. Again, shoulders firmly rooted in the ground. And then inhale your knees back to center. Stretch out your legs. Legs slightly apart, feet falling out to the side, and your arms on the floors away from your body with your palms facing up, coming into your relaxation position. And just relax your body into the earth. Feel all the parts of your body relax into the ground below you. Feel your head, your neck, shoulders, arms, the spine, hips, knees, heels. Feel all of them sink heavily into the floor below you. Feel the effects of your practice on your body and on your mind. Feel the balance you created in your body and in your mind. And let's go of the idea of a perfect balance. Balance is not a constant state. It's a constant flow of balancing off different aspects in our life that matter to us so that we feel good. It requires constant balancing and counterbalancing, just like we've done in our practice. And often we get so caught up in work or other responsibilities that we forget to make time for ourselves to keep our body and mind in balance. Today, you made time for yourself. Enjoy the balance you created. And then very slowly and very gently start bringing movement back into your body. Roll your neck from side to side. Start moving your fingers, your toes, wrists, ankles. And keep your eyes closed as you slowly push yourself up into a seated position. Bring the arms out by your side, and on an inhale, let's circle the arms up overhead. And on an exhale, bring your hands together in front of heart center. Gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today in this balancing practice. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you did, please subscribe to Yoga, You and Judy, and I hope to see you again very soon. Have a beautiful day.